Okay, guys. So, have you guys ever been in a situation where you wanted to do something, right? And you had a plan to do it, but something comes along and tries to throw that plan out the window. So, when you try to deal with it, you end up making a decision that really throws the plan out the window. Recently, I've been noticing that I've been going through that type of situation a lot, and every single time I sit down to kind of see where I went wrong and things I could have done better, every single time the conclusion is if I had slowed down, took my time, I would have been able to do what I wanted to do. Every single time. And I always beat myself up about it because I'm just like, come on, Ish, if you slowed down here and did what you wanted to do, you would have done this. But then on every single time, to say the least, that's the conclusion I come to. And I'll give you guys an example, right? Recently, during this week, I had something that I had to do after work. And during the course of the day, when the afternoon kind of hit around, I had a meeting that I was supposed to get into. And I also had in mind, okay, this is something that I wanted to do as well. But in that situation, I kind of rushed my decision. So I accepted one thing and then neglected the other, which led me to not doing what I wanted to do at the end of the day, right? Obviously, it is not a bad thing. It's not a do or die scenario, But it made me think if I was to just have paused and took my time and just maybe just thought to myself a little bit in the moment without being so quick to make 100% move in that situation, I would have been able to just sit there and be like, okay, I do have this thing going on at this time, but I also have this thing that I have to do at that time. So how can I probably fit both in if I can or not? And it's the type of thought process that I want to be doing more often, but I find myself often not doing. I'll be in a situation where I need to think like that, but then I completely throw that out the window and I just go with my impulse decision. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about how sometimes we just need to pause and slow down and not be so impulsive with what we do. I am very guilty of this, and I still do this to this day. It's something I'm trying to improve. When I think about a solution to it, it's pause, but then I realize this is very much easier said than done because sometimes you can sit there and you think you have all the time, but then, I don't know, something about a situation when you're trying to make a decision just gets you in that, I need to make that decision now type of state, When truly, most situations we go through, we can afford to take a little bit of time. That's what I've realized, that sometimes when we make decisions, we're so impulsive with it, but when we're looking back and think about, okay, could I have slowed down? Could I have taken my time with it? That situation allows us to take time. I'll go back to the example I gave, and I'll give a more in-depth scenario, right? One of my friends wanted me to help them go pick up somebody from the airport, and I was at work that day, and that person was supposed to come to my place around 4:45, but I was at work, so I was like, okay, how can I make both of these situations work, right? And also there was a meeting that was going on that I didn't know was going to happen or not, right? Reflecting on the situation after, the solution would have been to just sit there. I'm going to walk you through how I should have handled the situation, right? I get the text about them being 20 minutes away. So in that situation, I should have been, okay, they're 20 minutes away. I haven't gotten confirmation of this meeting happening yet. Although I want to do it, let's wait. So I tell them I might be late, right? That's the first response. I get a message saying that, okay, the meeting is going to happen in a few minutes. So now I have a meeting. Let me think, okay, I have a meeting. Looks like I'm not going to be a few minutes late. So let me tell the person I'm going to be in a meeting. It will take this amount of time, but I should be at my place at this time. So that way I can get the meeting out before work is over. And right after work is over, I'm able to get there at that place at that time, and then we can go to the airport. But what did I do? I said I was going to be late. right when the meeting starts, I'm like, oh my goodness, I might not be able to make it at all. What did I say? I say, go on without me because I don't think I can make it. That was just how impulsively I thought in that situation. And I was like, after that, because I really wanted to go with them, absolutely. But when I wasn't able to, I was like, man. Then I came home and sat down a little bit, and I was like, man, what could I have done better? And thinking about that situation, exactly how I explained it to you guys is how I could have done it. Just pause with every single interference that probably happened during that day. Then it just taught me sometimes we're so impulsive. We're so impulsive when it comes to just making decisions or doing stuff that we need to do. But sometimes it just takes a pause. And taking that pause could be the fine line between making some very good or bad decisions, and that's what I've learned. And I'm really trying to be aware of just how I respond rather than react, because that's really all it is, right? One is a reaction and one is a response. And most of the times you'd want to be in a situation where you're responding to maybe inconveniences or just situations that just don't go your way 100% of the time. And that's life, You're not always going to have things going 100% your way every single time. But I think if I could have just slowed down in that moment and just thought, okay, I could do this step by step, I think it would have resulted in a pretty nice conclusion. But either way, whatever happened was meant to happen that way. I'm not going to complain about it. Again, this is not like I said, it's not a do or die situation, right? It's a very little moments in life sometimes, but it teaches you a lot, because these are the type of things that in big moments would really help you so much more, so much more. So I just want to talk to you about that. If you guys have any tips on how to be less impulsive sometimes, let me know in the comments. But I hope you guys got something out of this. What I learned is to just pause a little more. We have more time than we think, and to take it easy on ourselves. We don't have to respond or react so quickly. We can take our time. We can chill a little bit, We can take it slow and easy. So I hope you guys took some good advice from this video. I certainly did. This is advice to myself firstly and then to you guys. So until next time.